from my perspective, it definitely looks like the lighting is blown out. There's really nothing I can do about that, man. It's because I'm trying to create like more light, and it's like all I can do. So I've got like a light facing the ceiling, which is obviously bringing light down, but it's illuminating. It's illuminating the mobile workshop table just a little bit better. So all this video is going to be me throwing together this Hosim only to just kind of keep things together, because one of my major issues is when you take something apart, I have a tendency to leave it apart, because why put it back together if you don't have the parts? Well, the reason why is so you don't lose stuff. And my photographic memory is slowly disappearing, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together and then shelf it until the differential comes in. So we got a diff coming. So all this is going to be is literally just putting this thing back together. So like I was saying, the differential itself, we broke 2 teeth off of that, which that was unfortunate. I do like the way this thing goes together. It's actually keyed. So it's like almost like a no-brainer kind of deal. So it has like the little slots. And here I am saying no-brainer, and is that literally stripped? Or did I not key it right? I might not have keyed it right. Let's see. Go like that. Give it a twirl. Ah, there we go. I didn't key it right. Here I am talking about, oh yeah, it's easy. They got it keyed so that it goes together real easy. You can actually unkey it by accident, apparently. So I like using paper plates just because it's a white surface, and when you're done with them, you can throw them away. I think I got that probably from my grandfather. My grandfather used to leave notes on paper plates. So, and it's crazy. The last note that he ever left was a note to me on a paper plate, and I still have it. And that was a long time ago that my grandfather died. Way, way before his time, man. Very sad situation. But an amazing person. He probably would have lost his mind with what's going on with the world right now. Alright. So what's funny is that putting this together, if they just got rid of this accordion style gear here, it would probably make this RC just that much better. There seems to be so much about this car that really is good. And then they've got the foolishness of this accordion style gear that snapped. So it does have that. There are weaknesses, and obviously, you know, with the way it broke, it snapped there and snapped there, and I want to say it's a weakness. I don't really know whether if it's considered a weakness, but it seems like a weakness. I mean, I'm not like a designer or anything, but it kind of seems like it was a weakness. So like I said, we'll keep this thing together. It feels great. So we'll go ahead and move that out of the way and move this back in with all its little screws here. So let's see if I can get you down there. Like that. A little bit better. So, the other nice thing too, right? The little things that I've noticed that they've done is they've made it very simple. So, see this little plastic piece right there? That's obviously letting you know that that's not the side that the spur gear goes on. See? Man, like I'm saying, the fluidity, or the fluidity that it did have. What a shame. It'll still run though. I'm still gonna beat this thing. I'm gonna run it. And I do like how it's like that modular kind of design. I mean, look at that. Look at that, dude. It's got its own like platform to put it back together. So I'll go ahead and fit this back together. I really don't mind the design here. I actually think it's great. Very easy to work on. Obviously, you could see I'm working on it, so of course it's easy. So there were 4 screws that clamped that down. And then I noticed there's another screw there that I had taken out. And then there's a screw right there that I never, I don't know. I guess I just thought, like that was a mounting screw. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, hopefully the right screw here. I believe it's that one. Should check it real quick. So I was just about ready to put the wrong screw in there, I think. It's not that one. It's not that one, that's the hinge pin. And it's not that one. Maybe it is this one. Give it a shot. So this has got a taper to it. See if that's right. I gotta magnetize this driver. No, that was the right one, I think. Actually, went in. I kind of have a suspicion it was the wrong one. You know, I feel like it was this one. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this screw back out. I think it was the other one. The way that went in didn't feel right. It probably is this one. This one doesn't have a taper to it. So let's see. Yeah, actually it is this one. I'm remembering now. Yeah, it went in much better. Alright, so that's all together. We got one screw there, which is gonna mimic probably this one. And I go ahead, grab the chassis. Now this ought to be fun, because now I've got to line up the drive shaft to that, which might not be too bad. We'll see. So the drive shaft is right here, and alright, so I'm gonna pull the drive shaft out. Wow, look at that drive shaft. Holy, that thing is a tank. So there's a couple screws to take out this little spine here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop the spine out, because I can't seem to align. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to align that. So I'll just kind of release these couple screws here. And that should release this little spine piece. A little tight next to the servo. Now I think this piece, look at that. This little car does have some positives. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that in there. So what I gotta do is I gotta line up the drive shaft. So grab my pliers here, so I can hold the drive shaft up or something. How can I do that? Alright. drive shaft is a tank. Alright. It's kind of a pain with the motor in the way, but I'll get it. There we go. Got it. Look at that. It's in there. Okay. So now I've got the one screw on this side, which I can go ahead and screw down. That should lock that into place. And then the mimic screw on this side will lock this into place. Cool. Now I can take this center spine piece, drive shaft cover, fit that back over. So that's why this needs to be magnetized when stuff like that happens. Two screws at the front. You notice that this was actually a, I think it's a metal geared servo too. All right. Oh, I don't know what that's from. That come out of the shock? I think that came out. I don't know where that came out of. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know where that came out of. It just flew out of something. Alright. So now, I'm going to go ahead and put in this side of the dog bone. Whoa! Is that the, was that one of the pins? I almost feel like that was one of the pins. So, let's see. I just want to see if that was one of the pins. No, it's not. Okay. I don't know what that screw is from. So this had like this brace thing here. I'm going to use the battery pack as a little stand. Alright. So I think the way I did this brace go this way? Yes, it did. Okay. So I can go ahead and put this side in. There we go. Slide that down. Slide that pin in, and then do the same thing on this side. Slide that into place, drive the pin in, see some of this feels like it's a waste of time only because I'm putting together a broken RC. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where my issue is. So those screws are all set. That screw's all set. Those are all set. Let's see. This mounted like that. So that was on there like that. And there were 2 screws that went down. I don't know what that long screw is from. There's one long screw. And I don't know what it's from. Unless it is from that shock. Because that's the only shock that I have off. So you know what? That actually might be that shock. Yep. Alright. I think I'm seeing it. So this long screw right here is for the shock. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in right now. So that goes to there. Yep. Yep, now it is there. Pretty sure. Yeah. Yep, that was for that. Okay. Just realized the... Yeah, there we go. Alright, that was there. So then this brace went down onto there. And those were 2 short screws, I think. Yep. No, maybe not. There's 3 short screws and a whole bunch of long. So I know we needed 4 long for the underneath. There's 2 long and 4 short. Okay. So I know the wing took 2 long screws. So that's those 2 screws. So that means that this took a short screw. At least I believe it did. Earl Moorhead over here is blowing up my phone. You hear all that buzzing? That's Earl. Come on, guy. I'm trying to put a car together and you're blowing up my phone, guy. I think it's only because blowing up your phone, I think, is like a... It's like a new term type of deal, and it's not new. It's... I don't know. It's like young. And Earl and I are literally the same age. I don't know if you knew that or not, but we're twins. So just like the movie, Earl and I are twins. A lot of people don't know that. So I'll let you figure out who's the better looking twin. Alright, so we got that all together. For some reason, we got 2 extra screws, and I think the 2 extra screws were for the bumper. So where's this? Yeah, all right. So here's the wing. So the wing went like that. And that took 2 long screws. So this is the tough part about working on these little cars, man, is everything is that much smaller. Good for, you know, tiny hands. But for sausage fingers, it's not all that easy. Alright, here we go. That's in. That one is going in. Now, I'm just going to flip it over now. And reason being is because I want to install the skid plate wheelie bar thing here. So that's got to slide in to there. Then this takes 4 long screws, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. What is great is that these, you know, cars you can actually take apart. Look at that. Was I supposed to peel that off? I think I was supposed to peel that off. Alright, there we go. Then this. That one. And this one. Looks like I'm going to have no screws left over. That's a big positive. Alright, shock's not leaking. Shock shafts are very big, which is great. So now it's just 2 screws, one there and one there for the top part of this wheelie bar thing. And guiding this in here is what's going to be tough. So they go right down and in there. Oh, look at that. Here I am saying, yeah, it's going to be tough. Got it on the first shot. And this one's the one that's going to take a half hour. Nope. Look at that. Oh, almost lost it. Got it. Yeah, alright, so the car's all back together. Alright, so let's power it on real quick. Make sure it still runs. This was the switched motor wire deal. Yellow in the middle. Red on the other side. Oh! Yeah, alright. I know it's gonna work. I just gotta do it for the thing. Alright, remote on, car on. And it runs. Alright, so I can beat this up some more. So that was it. That was a short video here in the mobile shop, whatever it is. What do I keep trying to call it? Trailer Trashed RC? Or Trailer Trashed Series or something like that. Yeah, I think Trailer Trash Series or something. This is working on the Hosim X07, X07, whatever you want to call it. I do see some positive things about this car. They're just... There's that minor issue. Now, was that deserved? I kind of... Remember, this is my own personal opinion based upon how I was pulling the trigger and how I was driving the car. I don't think that diff should have broken. That diff broke on a fairly light impact. Did it hit a jump? Yes, it did, but it was a light impact. Could it have fractured from the first jump that it did? It could have. But if that's the case, then that's also not a good thing too, so... Probably running this thing on dirt is going to be a better scenario. But, like I said, here's the deal. So, if a parent or someone is looking to buy this car for a younger individual, that's the reason why I'm doing this. You can repair it. The repair for this is only, what was it, 16 bucks? So it wasn't that bad. And even if you bought the whole diff case and everything. So let's just say you just bought everything, which might be a benefit, because that gives you everything. That was like 21 bucks. And that ain't bad, man. It's really not. So that gave you cups, you know, drive cups. Yeah, it gave you drive cups. It gave you literally everything. So might not be that bad. At least this car will get, you know, someone, a younger individual, a younger person, It'll get them into the hobby, and they can have fun, and they can also wrench on it and do repairs, you know, type stuff, and get parts that they need. So yeah, so the only thing that I'm waiting for is that rear differential to come in, and the actual differential itself is the same exact front to rear. The only change is the pinion shaft. So the shaft of the pinion is longer on the rear because it accommodates a longer slot to put a gear on. In the front, it's a direct drive. So it's got the little thing on it and the cup, input cup, or whatever you want to call that. So that's why that one is shorter, and that's why it's the same price, but that's why there's a different part number. So you got to make sure that if you did, you know, go to order the diffs, you want to make sure you read what it says. One says front, the other one says rear. So yeah, the shocks are not leaking. These are oil-filled shocks. It's got some positives, man. It actually does. These are threaded too, I think, right? These threaded, Bob? Trying to tell. Springs are. Maybe not. No, they're not. Right? No, there's no adjustment for the springs. The springs have got some tension on them. So maybe even something like that. Maybe something like that could, you know, be something that somebody upgrades. You can upgrade to a different shock if you wanted. Stuff like that probably is possible with a car like this. You're just going to have to keep in mind that it's going to have to take a fairly thin profile shock, because it does kind of, in the front, kind of gets close to the arms. It's designed as is, man. So I'm still kind of undetermined. Is this an okay RC car? I think if you can get it for that under 160, like 150, somewhere around there, maybe 140 or somewhere around there, I think at that point in time, you're probably gonna do all right. I shot me. Almost looks like my towers are bent. Are they bent? No. No, they're not bent. Just the way it is. Yeah. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like it's that bad of a car. We did have that one motor issue. That seems to be resolved. Boy, is that popping out? Believe it or not, from that broken screw, that cover's popping out. So at some point I may have to take that motor apart. That was my fault too, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the cover back on here. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage, and like I said, this is kind of like trailer trashed RCs. It's basically just, you know, working on some stuff, being in a different kind of scenario here. I like it in here, man. It's just that different feel. Could I live in a trailer? Yeah, it definitely could. Will I? Not yet. So I'm out. Well, I'm not out. I'm over here. What are you doing?